Lizzy, played by Aubrey Ibrag, is an issue for the Buccaneers. The Apple TV Plus series has struggled to figure out what to do with this character since Season 1, as she primarily appears in the background of her friends' storylines rather than taking center stage in her own story. As a recent solution to this problem, the authors gave Lizzy an extramarital affair with the Duke of Tintagel, Guy Remmers. Even though Theo and Lizzy barely ever have scenes together that would support a genuine friendship, let alone a burning love, their feelings for one another are detailed in this strange love story that seems to have come out of nowhere. The show is undoubtedly trying to make Lizzy a character in her own right rather than a glorified extra, but the issue still exists because it is difficult to care about Lizzy and her affair with Theo when there is so much more exciting stuff happening. A Whole Love, the 5th episode of Season 2, is the Lizzy-centric episode that fans of the show have been waiting for a long time, but we are completely distracted by the fact that the eldest Elmsworth daughter is getting married and still can't bear to part from Theo. It's difficult not to worry more about Guy, Matthew Broome, who is beginning his own romance in Italy with Jinny's friend, Paloma, Grace Ambrose, or Mabel, Josie Totah, whose relationship with Honoria, Threapleton, appears to be coming to an end, or even Jinny, Imogen Waterhouse, as she attempts to resist Seadown's, Barney Fishwick, advances. Even while it's clear that the authors are making every effort to give Lizzy more room, we ultimately come to the depressing conclusion that the Buccaneers' treatment of her has been so severe that it has become nearly impossible for her to shine. Since Theo has granted them some time off, it begins with Lizzy spending a few days at Tintagel, a castle that is entirely empty of servants. Given that Remmers and Ibrag do have a good amount of chemistry, it's adorable to watch the unusual couple having fun. The narrative quickly changes course, though, when Nan, Christine Froseth, returning from her trip to Italy, nearly discovers Lizzy half-naked in her husband's studio. After a brief moment of Lizzy feeling bad about what she is doing and shedding a single tear, the narrative quickly switches to Nan and Theo reconciling and choosing to remain together for show. Until Nan's bill, which we are still unsure of exactly what it includes, is approved, she will be able to bring Jinny back home. Tintagel's worries aren't calmed by this new deal. Nan is unsure about how to react when she discovers a misplaced earring in the castle. Theo, meantime, makes an effort to dissuade Lizzy from marrying Hector, played by Jacob Ifen. After the bill is approved, he intends to have her wait for Nan to depart England once more before she moves in as a concubine. Despite not being much in love with Hector, Lizzy chooses to marry him despite being less than enthused by this proposal. He can at least give her something secure and open, she explains. However, uncertainty begins to seep into her heart as the program draws to a close. She mopes a lot, but Theo stops her as she's ready to enter the church and gives a lengthy speech about how she deserves something that feels real, safe, and open. Lizzy is shown in the final scene of A Whole Love with her companions, uncertain about whether or not to go into the church. For better or worse, other romances are also being nurtured in the meantime. Blanche, Amelia Bullmore, feels comfortable accepting Reed's, Greg Wise, invitation to leave with him now that Nan is back at home. We sincerely hope that this won't be the last time we see them together because the two have such a wonderful moment together. On the opposite end of the age range, Honoria accepted Reed's offer to teach English in France, and Mabel and Honoria appear to be almost done. In a speech-filled episode, Mabel toasts her sister at a pre-wedding celebration, bids her farewell to her partner, and even has a touching moment with Lavinia, this Elliot Safavi.